It's Trucknado 2.
Creativity when it comes to commercials. This guy right here has that and then some. This is Steve West, and he is a senior creative services producer here with Draper Media, and he just celebrated his 25th anniversary of doing so. And in that time, you have shot, written, and produced more than 7,000 commercials.
That's right.
Well, first of all, congratulations, Steve.
Thank you.
That's a big deal.
It's a lot of commercials.
It sure is. So we thought, who better than to talk about the Super Bowl commercials than this guy? So do you get fired up around the Super Bowl time to see the commercials? What's the vibe?
Absolutely.
You really do?
The commercials have become as important as the game. The advertisers are playing a game of their own. Not so much football. It's more like the dating game. So the advertisers line up in the Super Bowl like contestants on the dating game, and they are vying for your attention. They are trying to get a date with you, Katie.
Ooh, okay, I love it. Okay, so let's say they want that date with me. What goes into making a good commercial?
So they're trying to get noticed. That's the advertising part. Right?
Yep.
So they're being as entertaining and even as obnoxious as possible to get your attention. But there's another aspect that they need, and that's the marketing. The marketing is their relationship with you, with the buyer. So they're looking to make an emotional connection. So imagine you're on the dating game, and you've got these contestants that are all trying to get your attention. It's the one that makes an emotional connection with you that you'll actually say, I want to go on the date with that one.
That is so true. So when you're out doing your work, to you, what is the kind of, how do you do that?
So that's by trying to get into each advertiser's target consumer's head. So that emotional connection is like the advertiser saying, I get you, to the audience, right? There's probably another aspect in there as well, and that would be to make an offer. It's more critical actually for our local advertisers than it is for the big nationals. But I mean, can you think of times when you were watching the Super Bowl and then the next day you're talking about the commercials around the water cooler and you're like, oh, did you see the one with the stuff and the things? And the other person goes, yeah, whose was that? And you're like, I can't remember.
Right.
And that's because they did the advertising part right and completely forgot about the marketing part. They didn't connect the I've got your attention with the I get you.
That makes a lot of sense. So is there an advertising company, is there a brand that you're like, every year, I can't wait to see their commercials?
No, I'm waiting to see who surprises me.
Really?
And actually, what you should do is play the dating game yourself. You get up the next morning and you think to yourself, what do I remember from the ads, right? And most likely you will remember a bunch of stuff that you can't remember who did it.
So that would technically a fail. So to you, Steve West, do you remember a commercial for the Super Bowl that has been, in your eyes, a great success?
So the usual players do a really good job, and those are, you know, like Coca-Cola and Budweiser and Doritos.
Wow, Steve West, you've kind of blown all of our minds here today. This is why you're so good at what you do, because you know. And remind us again, what when we watch these commercials, remind us what we're looking for.
So a good commercial is a commercial that integrates the spectacle and the entertainment value with the brand so that you don't forget the brand.
Awesome. Well, what's fun is that we're going to take a commercial break. So now during the commercial break, all of our viewers can see what you're talking about.
It might be one of mine.
That's awesome. All right, Steve West, Senior Creative Services Producer, thank you so much for this incredible knowledge here today.
You're welcome.
All right, and of course, be sure to tune in to the Super Bowl on Fox 21 on Sunday. Coverage starts at 1 o'clock. That's pregame coverage right there.